I completely get it. You have anxiety, depersonalization, derealization, and you would do anything right now just to feel normal again, to feel like yourself again. You don't want to be a different version of yourself, you literally just want to be back to you. I was in this exact same place and I suffered with anxiety DPDR for 2 years straight, and I did get back exactly to who I was beforehand, with the caveat that I have a bit more resilience to stress in general. But here's something that I wish I was told earlier that you really should know. Recovery from depersonalization and derealization, when it's anxiety driven, requires you to do less, not more. Because recovery is not mysterious, it's not this overly complex thing that you need to rearrange everything in your life. In fact, it's often the rearranging that keeps the DPDR going. And I understand how confusing it could be with the, multitude of mixed messaging that people will put out there. Because in a nutshell, you just want your nervous system to understand that there's no reason for it to stay on alert. And oftentimes we start shifting things around the symptoms, we'll start engaging in behaviors with hopes to get rid of the symptoms. And all that does is essentially tell our nervous system that we're trying to get rid of something. And we'd only want to get rid of something if it was a problem or if it scared us. And personally, the only action that I took during recovery was the action to go into life the same way I would before I fell into this. And in a lot of ways, that is a form of taking action, because your nervous system, your body, your mind, your instincts, they'll be basically telling you to stay home, avoid people, avoid these situations. It'll be screaming at you to not go into it. And it's only doing that because in those places, around those things, you experience symptoms, and in your mind, you see the symptoms as a threat. And when you see something as a threat, the threat detection system will respond by the only way it knows how to, and that's by creating more symptoms, which in turn will make you feel worse about whatever it is that you're doing. But the key is to acknowledge that these symptoms aren't a threat. They're not inherently bad. They're literally just trying to protect you. And while they're uncomfortable, while DPDR is disconcerting and annoying in a lot of ways, it's only there because it's trying to protect you. And if you can acknowledge that, and instead of getting angry at it and fearing it, simply just let it exist while you continue doing what you were doing or engaging with life the way normal you would, it'll eventually fade away because it'll acknowledge, okay, there's no need for me anymore. The nervous system will see it doesn't need to send anxiety, DPDR, or any of the other weird symptoms because you're not interpreting the situation or your symptoms as a threat anymore. And this allows the nervous system to gradually get the message and stop producing symptoms because there's no longer a threat in the environment. This takes time, this takes practice, and it takes patience, but over time, our nervous systems eventually get the message.